Isn't it always the way? It's been dry all week, and just as I go to mow, the heavens decide to open. Grrr. I rolled the diagonals a few days ago, and even after a week, the lawn is looking lush. G'day, and welcome to another video from Dave V Lawn. So, this is the free Rover 45. It has certainly seen better days, but I'm pretty excited to see what I can do with it. I'm going to need a new set of clutch lever pins, a lot of degreaser and powder coating, a cheap panel beat kit for the cover, and a new catcher. This one's just too far gone, I think. Too much rust and way bent out of shape. The blades need stripping and re-edging, new front roller, and the engine will get a carburetor rebuild kit and fluids. Maybe a coat of engine black paint. Now for the fun stuff. The first touch of restoration, degreaser. Just a bit, let's reveal the model tag. By the looks of this so far, it's just oil and dirt on top. That's good. Hopefully that means it won't be rusted through. And I am seeing red overspray. So, someone's had a go at this before me. I wonder why it was parked then. The plan will be to check the engine before getting in too deep, then replace all the wear items like the nuts and bolts, bearings, seals and clutch corks, front roller and eventually the catcher. I am trying to keep the frame, covers, clutch, engine and blades. I can't tell you enough, I am really looking forward to this project. Should be a lot of fun. Under all the grime, we have a Rover 45058 with Briggs & Stratton 3.5 from 1994. Two days later, the rain is cleared and the sun is shining again. Time to check in on the lawn and see the state of play. The backyard diamonds are still visible. The extra roll has certainly helped with that. The front yard still has stripes and the leaves continue to mess up the front yard. I even swept up the gutters and dumped a wheelbarrow full of leaves into the green waste bin last week. Still, they just don't quit. Enough of that though. Time to get into the backyard and roll that diamond back into view. Today we're trimming and edging. The extra few days of growth has forced my hand on the edging side of things, but as you can see from the trimmer, there is a lot of growth for the 9 days since the lawn was last mowed, especially near the house slab. I think the retained heat in the slab is helping keep temperatures a bit warmer, and the grass just loves it. Plan of attack today. I'm going to roll the most dominant diagonal stripe in and use that as a reference point before I even begin mowing. I think it should allow me to get the diagonals from the shed to the fence more reliably. I also realised this week that if I am going to cut the parallel lines first, then I don't need to do another double outer cut. My bad, but small improvements to technique should save me some time and help improve consistency. Clippings today are longer than usual. Most are at least 10mm, but there are some at 25, particularly from the lawn close to the house slab. Today, I'm not dumping the clippings in the bin. I'm going to use them as mulch to cover the bare ground opposite the patio. That area is currently unused and gets overrun with weeds. Whilst I've applied pre-emergent over that area, I believe that it is ineffective on bare ground, and so I end up spraying out the weeds with glyphosate anyway. I really am having a bad run with pre-emergents. I'm not sure, but maybe they have a shelf life, or maybe because of the generally warmer conditions here in Queensland, they just don't last as long and may not even work at all. I'm not too sure, but one thing I do know is that mulching bare ground will prevent weeds, so that's the route I'm taking in that area. Maybe one day there'll be an outdoor kitchen there, or the whole side gets used for herbs and vegetable garden. I'm not sure, and have plenty of other projects to do, but before I do anything there, I have to relocate the irrigation lines for zone 3 and 4 and dig a new trench. And that is something I really am not looking forward to at all. Anyway, back to the mowing. The stripes are laying in nicely and I can still see some of the diagonal lines, but most importantly, I can still see the new start lines much better. Also, I checked the height on the Allett mower during the week by placing a ball of blue tack under the bed knife, and to my surprise, the distance to the ground when sitting flat on the concrete was just 20mm. I'm not sure what is going on there, but the dial on the Allett is set to 3, which should be 26mm. So, either the concrete is 6mm out over the span of the Allett 20-inch mower, or there is something screwy going on with the blade cartridge. I'm thinking I might need one of those manual height check tools like this. I believe they work by measuring the distance between the bar and the undersided screw head, which sits on the bed knife. Those diamonds though, I really feel like I'm starting to see the results and consistency paying off. I'm also intending to spray Camber M out over the front and backyards this week to get rid of the broadleaf weeds that have established over winter. I'll probably add some monument as well. I have noticed some onion grass out the front, so that should take care of that problem before renovation. backyard turn out nice. The diamond stripes are certainly lasting a bit longer with every cut. By the time of the event, they'll be just right, I think. Maybe just needing a roll in the morning, but otherwise I think they'll hold up just fine for the day. I sucked up the leaves from the front yard and mowed out there as well. The front yard did come up looking nice, but not as nice as the backyard. Thanks for watching. Please like, comment and subscribe. See you next week. Hooroo!